Well, I made it back to the geese, what I call time to see my Twinkies. And today's guest is Nellie the Nanny. I started saying, "Oh, Nellie," when she plays nanny. She can be one of the most intimidating geese. Anyways, this is Nellie, and she, like Easter, she's also growing in the big, long flight feathers. And the funny thing I notice about Nellie is when she sits in my lap, her tail sticks up. And, I don't know, this is kind of funny to me, but she's a little ticklish. She's a little ticklish. Anyways, I think that's amusing. I noticed that on some of my Muscovy ducks as well. They're just like, it's kind of like their love handle. I mean, it's not their butt, okay? See, that's her rump, that's her tail, and her, kind of like, but that's ticklish right there. It's really funny. She kicks her feet, and she makes a little noise. Now I'm going to take old Nellie out to the pond. Yeah, so I found her here in the birdhouse, so I got to pick her up. She's usually not approachable unless you get her in a corner. She's pretty docile. She wants me to let her go, so I respect her wishes. But it's such a fine treat, I think I kind of think she, like I mentioned before, I kind of think she likes a little bit, but it's really hot out, and she's irritable because she's growing some feathers. So, there you go, sweetheart. She's a good mom. I've never seen her with her own kids, but anytime when Mama Goose had kids, she was always right there with China Goose. See that, taking care of the babies. And on little Easter, I had a chance to hold him and pet him a bit ago. And next in line was Ol Nellie. Look at the flowers everywhere, isn't that nice? Now I have to learn what these are. It's like big tall grass with really cool white and yellow flowers. And little baby goose is still tweeting away over here. Yeah, looks like that's who baby goose hangs out with. I think that's the one that I've been calling Stewie. But they shed and regrew some of their feathers, so they look just a little different now. And I'm happy to see the new baby's got someone to hang out with. It was, to my surprise, that the new baby didn't bond with China Goose or Mama Goose. Instead, those guys kind of ran it off. Yeah, so good old Easter. Look at those pretty new feathers. I don't know if you can see it as well as I can, but he's got some old yellow looking ones. Oh, he has some pretty white ones growing right under there. They look like they're fresh off the print. And Canada goose. So good news is everybody's here. Everybody's the same. And everybody's feathers are growing in newer. See, that's I call them Andrew and Julia. They had a baby that got sick and died this season. Now they're all alone. Now Andrew was acting really badass, and he was coming up and biting me. And when that happened, one day I fell over in the mud, and he tried to he thought he was winning. It was so funny. So I just caught him and I pet him. After that, he quit trying to attack me. And well, since his kids died, they have definitely become a lot calmer. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how these Canada geese, they can be kind of aggressive. I guess people see ones that just come up and bite you for no reason, but once they get kids, boy, they act extra aggressive. Yeah, so they really count on their aggressive behavior to defend themselves more than their actual bite, so it's really, there's only so much they could do. I mean, they can give you a good whipping. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get whipped by one. But really, it's all about putting on the act. And this one here, he was really putting on the act. He was acting so big and tough. And then I caught him and I held him in my lap. And I just thought, oh, he's just a little goose. Yeah, he's not that big and he's not that tough. You betcha. So, real happy to see everybody's well here. And most of all, I got the whole Ol Nellie today. Yeah, so let's see how baby's responding. Hey, little baby goose. Last time I came, I pet this goose. Say how it's walking away. I kind of had to walk him down to the corner to get that opportunity. But see, he's following that goose. And so if they're sticking together and that goose is evading me, well then baby's gonna follow because that's who he's learning from. So that's the grown up. Good job, baby. Ah. So I'm trying to figure out if that one's who I think it is. There's two single males out here. One's called Eddie and one's called I call him Stewie. So I'm trying to figure out who he is. But that's really nice news. Baby's got an adult, a companion. Oh, that's really special. Now, I'm trying to figure out who's who in here. I know Candy Canada Goose because she's just dinky. And then I know those guys when I see them because they're hanging out together. Now Eddie, I recognize him because he's got a mark on his head. It looks like something might have bit him on the top of his head, and so there's like a interruption in the flow of his feathers. So that's where I'm gonna assume. See, this is how I tell them apart. Like I kind of know their relationships and some of their nuances. So that's got to be Eddie. He's kind of a bigger, thicker type of goose, and I think Stewie is too. So I think that's got to be Stewie because he's the loner. So I'm really happy that those two found each other. So that's such a good thing. And here we have. I'm kind of thinking, so Sammy Summer always hangs out with Mama Goose. And she's got a case of angel wing that's not as ugly as this guy. The Candy, hers is like pretty obtuse looking there. That's how I tell them apart. And we do have another goose up here that was dropped off last year. So I'm kind of thinking, so we got one more goose that doesn't have angel wing. That might be the baby that got dropped off last year. So I sometimes forget to count that one. But yeah, they've been sticking around, and you know, if it wants to, it might fly away. We'll see. Yeah, so that looks like I got them all figured out, so I know who's who there is. Stewie, new baby. Of course, Sammy and China Goose are the only ones like that. And that's got to be Mama. That's the year-old baby. There's Eddie. There's Andrew and Julia and Candy Canada Goose. So almost all of them got a name. I just call that one Mama Goose because every time I see her, she's got a nest every year. But, oh yeah, and I forgot Ol Nellie. Ol Nellie's a little tiff because I picked her up and I mauled her. Anyway, so you guys, just thought it'd be fun to share my update and especially show you an up close of Ol Nellie. She's such a sweet Mama Goose. I call her Nellie the nanny because, again, I've never seen her with her own kids, but to my surprise, she didn't adopt this goose either. Well, I think she only adopts the ones that that Mama Goose reproduces down here. Other than that, you're on your own. Yeah, wasn't that nice? Well, I'm gonna go pet these geese, and I'm gonna pour a fresh bowl of water for them, and it's gonna be a wonderful day. Okay, you guys, if you've been hanging in there with me, thank you for joining me, and you have a fun day and a good night and a happy weekend.